Okay, it should be updated now. Anyways, that was intense. I don't think your mod changes make changes. I don't know. I have found that every time you try to change them for me, they don't necessarily change over. So I find it's probably better for me to do it myself. Shimobe head pats. Yes. Mega head pats. For the babies. For the Shimo babies. There you go. Because they had a wild journey getting them. Them donuts. Oh no. What's up, babies? What's up, babies? Oh my goodness. Yep, they're telling me the story right now. Oh my goodness. They wouldn't take your money because your thing wasn't working? Oh no. And you had to walk all the way back to get stuff that would work? For Shimo babies! There you go. Shimobe Donut Adventure, I know. They're good boys though, they work really hard for me. They're good babies. They're so sweet. I love them. Anyway, that was an adventure today. I know I had some issues with my pre-recorded video in there and that was kind of cringe, but whatever. They wouldn't take their money, no. Apparently, they were explaining to me that there was some issue with the money that I gave them, that somebody was like, no, we don't take that here. And so they had to scrabble back and get some things that they would take. Gerg. Basically, yup. They tried to use the yen, and they were like, no, we only take gold pieces here. And Shimobe were sad. But it's okay. I'm just glad they handled it. And I'm just glad I got through that stream. It was fun, but it was very difficult. And I think the amount of boss battles, I think that's the reason I don't really play Ravi a lot on stream, because even more than Okami, it's very, very physically demanding. And yes, Okami has challenges and stuff. It has its own difficulty, but at least with that one, I feel like there's a lot more story before it's just battle. And I feel like Ravi is just all battle. I mean, because even in today's stream, even without the pre-recorded stuff, we had a handful of bosses in that stream all by itself. Well, yeah, glad I went out to check on them, because I had to put their purchase on the royal tab. Oh dear, Shimobe, you're lucky that Kali was there to help you. Yeah, that's what I feel anyway. Even though I have like the same kinds of difficulty with that game and some of the mini games and some of the side quests and stuff, I feel like it's a little bit more relaxed in that, like, if you want to do a lot of battling, you can choose to do battling if that's what you want to do. But there's a lot more like exploration and stuff, and not so much like stuff, where it's like, oh, now battle this thing, now battle that thing. Also, welcome to the stream. Disland, welcome. So, I will be playing more Rabby Ribby from time to time, like maybe once a week. Maybe, but it's very, very physically demanding. I don't know, maybe once a month would be good, but that means that I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be making a lot of progress if I do it that way. Also, Oscar, I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. I hope you get some good sleep, okay? It was really nice to have each and every one of you. It was really nice. What are some other types of games you might be interested in trying? Well, I did download a game called, what's it called? I did download a game that's called Super Neptunia RPG. And I've heard from some people that the Neptunia franchise is pretty good. So, I might try that. I mostly just kind of got interested in it on Steam because there's extra content where you can make everybody have fox ears or fox tails and other stuff like that. So I was like, yes, must have that. So, I don't know, I might give that a try. One of these days here, just to kind of see if there are some games that are a little bit easier and a little bit more fun to make progress on. Rabby Ribby's a great game. I love the theme and I love the art and stuff, but it is very difficult. It's very hard on my hands after a while. So I feel like with that game at least a couple of times a month maybe, I should try to play it just so I don't forget what I'm doing in that game. But still, it's kind of like there's so much battle, and in a way that's physically intense for me, so. Unfortunately, I kind of feel the same way about Tunic also. I enjoy it. And I especially enjoy it because there's, a fox in it and stuff, but that one is also a little bit more physically demanding. So, I might play around with that a little bit, off stream, just to, see if I can get things set up again. To maybe play a little bit better. And Kali Baba says we'll have a rough time with the Shonda games too. Possibly. If it's constant battling and constant stuff, then it might be difficult. I actually have played a bit of Paper Mario, or I think that's what it was, on like an emulator. And I think that's a little bit better since it's like a turn-based thing. So where there's not like a whole bunch I have to do. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like, I think those games where there's just like a lot of buttons I gotta press and a lot of things I gotta do a lot of the time is very, very tiring on my hands. I've played a little bit of like turn-based RPGs, and they tend to be a little bit easier because there's not a whole bunch that I'm physically doing, but then you have to kind of know like, okay, what each power set do, and like, there's a bit of a learning curve with that, but I've played some, so I'm not completely clueless about RPGs. Yeah, so those are all like possibilities. And on this channel with me, it might just take a little bit more experimentation. And Gamorzo said there were some really memorable exploration games I've tried that were both beautiful, striking, and easy on my hands. I tend to have issues with things that require a lot of movement. Have you ever heard of Abzu? No, I haven't. I'm gonna say right now, I'm probably not good with like open 3D worlds that don't have like easy maps to read, because I'm sure you blossoms and wagamuffins know like maps, and just trying to find my way around normally is kind of a challenge. But that isn't to say no. That's just to say, like, even if I give it a try, there might be some games that after I try them, I may not choose to play them as much, but I would be willing to give that suggested one a try at some point, because pretty much I don't really know if I'm going to be able to play a game until I try to play it. So from what I've heard of Breath of the Wild, that's probably going to be difficult for me, and besides, that takes like hookup for the Switch, which I'm not really set up for. Genshin Impact may or may not be super difficult, but I would actually have to play around and try it out a little bit before actually streaming. And that's one of the things I wanted to ask your opinion on, Blossoms and Wagamuffins. What is your opinion on someone playing a little bit of a game beforehand before streaming it? Do you consider that like an okay thing for a streamer to do? Because I'm always kind of torn. I'm like, well, I feel like if I play a game ahead of time, then it might sort of ruin, like, oh, I've never seen this before. But at the same time, I feel like maybe by doing that, I would find out whether I'm interested in it before committing to, like, streaming it and stuff. I need to get it on my computer, but I love Genshin. I have a lot of friends who are low-key addicted to Genshin, so I mean, I just never know. I thought I would ask because I've been kind of going back and forth for a long time about whether I should just play test some games off stream, and then if they're good and I enjoy playing them, maybe actually play them for a stream just so that the games I decide to stream, I'm more sure that I'm going to be able to play. Yeah, I mean, I could do that. Like with Genshin, I could have just like a junk account while I'm trying stuff out, and then if I get Super Sakura serious, I can make a real account. I have heard of Shantae. I've never tried to play it, but I have heard of it. I know that some of it can be very platform intensive, though. That's true. I could do that. I could keep showing you some highlights or showing you what I got through. Except then I'll just like learn for next time, if I do have it on stream, to not have weirdness with my recordings. Okay. Well, I might give Shantae a try then. At least off stream. And I might make some recordings. And I don't know. I might start posting some stuff to my YouTube. Like shorter things. Because I need more videos on there. And I need more people to follow my YouTube also. The Shantae series are as cute and just as platformy and 2D side-scroll as Rabbit Ruby. Oh no. Okay, so they might be a little bit more involved, but I will still give them a try, just maybe not on stream, but I will record it. The bosses are intense, but not as many. That I might not actually mind. I think what I don't really like about Rabbit Ruby is how many bosses there are in that game. There are so many. Yeah, if you want to do that, Gilmorza, you can. I would be appreciative. So while I'm thinking about it, the plan for tomorrow is for me to do a licorice taste test. I don't know which one I would start with. I like to kind of start in sequence, if I can. So I might start with I think from that list I might start with something like Pirate's Curse, maybe. But if I did attempt it, I would get a recording of it so I can at least say, "Hey Blossoms, Wagamuffins, look, I tried the game," and so that way you can see it that I at least attempted it. And you know, whether I'll continue to play it or not will just kind of depend on like how easy things end up being. So before I forget, the plan for tomorrow is to do my licorice taste test. Pirate's Curse has a lot more crazy control stuff. Half Genie Hero and Severin Siren seem a bit easier on the control side. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So, licorice taste test tomorrow. It's not gonna be like exhaustive, but I think at least like 9 or 10 different licorice I'm gonna try. In some parts, you gotta dash, jump, parachute, float, and continue dashing and jump. Oh no. Well, then that might not be the one I should start with, huh? But yeah, anyway, we're gonna try some licorice tomorrow. And so I'm gonna see if I have any that are my favorite, since I don't usually really like licorice that much. But I was kind of challenged to do a licorice taste test, so that's what we're gonna do tomorrow for a while. And then who knows? The Raymond series. Is that? I haven't even checked to see if that's like available on something like Steam or like as part of an emulator. I am aware of that series though. Isn't it like that weird guy that has kind of disembodied arms and feet and stuff? And that weird like chubby blue guy? I'll have to look into that. So we're just gonna be about some experimentation here on my channel as far as games. We're just gonna give some things a try and see how they work for this Kitsune Princess. How about that? It's got several food-inspired levels. Ooh. Food-inspired levels, huh? There's Rabid Mario crossover game that's super fun and funny, but it's turn-based and easy to pick up. Cool. I'm assuming that's gonna take like a console to play though, right? Switch, yeah. I figured. Yep. Just like me being a foodie and liking to sample things, I guess games are gonna be the same way. Just sample them, see what we do. I've looked into emulation. I know how to get most of that to work, so I could look into it. It's a pain in the butt. Some of that emulator stuff is. Some of it is. I have gotten some of it to work before though, so who knows. It might work for me. It might be nice to me. Alright, Blossoms, I think it's gonna be about time that I get ready to go and get some rest for the evening. But as always, I am really grateful to all of you for wanting to hang out with me today. I know we got a late start, but I'm super happy so many of you were able to be here tonight. And you all mean the world to me, and I don't know what I would do without all of you supporting me and doing everything that you do. if anyone has any suggestions for someone they would like me to send on the fluffiness to, feel free to give me a suggestion. Otherwise, I see a couple of my friends on here right now that could use some love. I see a friend of mine, Pupcats, is doing some art. I'm gonna go check out their channel really quickly and see what kind of art they're doing. Oh, it looks like they're doing emotes. Okay, I think I know exactly who we're gonna bless with some fluffiness today. Alright, we're gonna visit my friend Pupcats. And Buddy Rina is on. Okay. Let me check them out, cause I think I'm following them. Yes, I am. They are doing ASMR. So I'll tell you what, if Buddy Rina happens to be on tomorrow, we'll go send them some love. But I think I want to send some love to my friend, Pupcats tonight. Because they don't have a lot of people on with them right now. And I would love for them to have some more fluffiness and some more viewers with them. So that is their name, Kali Baba, if you want to help me with the raid. And we will just do something like Bunny Girl raid, maybe. Or like Fluffy Friday raid. Something. They're doing arts and emotes right now. And I think it'd be great to give them some fluffiness. You're welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. So if some of you can stick around for the raid, that would be amazing. If not, don't worry about it. I understand. Thank you so much for gifting that sub to Chris Kitten. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're awesome. All of you are awesome too, okay? Don't forget. So once I see if we're all good for the raid. Okay. So, alright, Blossoms, Wagamuffins, I will see you all tomorrow for a licorice taste test and maybe something more. We'll have to see what happens. I think for a raid message we should just do Fluffy Friday raid? Something simple like that. And then tomorrow, if Bunny Rena ends up being on tomorrow, we will raid them. Because they seem cute and sweet. Alright, Blossoms. Good night, good night, good night. Sleep well. Oyasumi. Oh my goodness. Thank you for becoming a Blossom. You rock. I'll see everyone soon. Take care. Bye bye.